Hi everybody, it's Claire here from My Creative Spirit, taking you on a tour of my craft room. It's been a long time coming. I've been paper crafting for about 7 years, and up until August this year, I worked off my dining room table with a mountain of stuff behind me. But once the boys left home, I was able to take over the smallest room in the house and completely gut it and redecorate it. But before I did that, I watched a whole load of videos on YouTube of other people's craft rooms, picking up loads of tips on really good pointers. One was listening to a guy, and I'll put the link below in the description, talking about how he fitted out his wife's craft room, and her video was really good too. I can't remember her name, but I will find her and put the link below. And another tip was think big. Don't think small. So when you're looking at storage, go for big storage rather than small storage. And the third tip that I really liked was decide whether you want to have things out on show or all packed away. And because I'd worked in such a mess, well, the house just downstairs was absolutely full of stuff that is now all in this room, I decided to go for boxes and storage. So let's take you in. The house is Victorian, so we do have a Victorian fireplace, which I've painted up and put some flowers in. I've got a mini fan on the mantelpiece, just for those tropical moments, and a clock and a calendar, one of my products, and then some pictures, some of the 12 by 12 layouts that I'd done on the wall, and they're all interchangeable. I took the glass out of the frames and to make them less heavy, and I can swap the layouts around as I want to. The whole room was designed around the curtains, so let's take you to those first. I found them in Next. I absolutely loved them. I love the acacia. No, they're not acacia. I can't. Alliums. I think alliums. And I loved the colours, turquoises and teals and purples. So they were the basis for the room. And then I went with duck egg blue for the walls and teamed it up with white furniture. So we've got a blackout blind that is the only thing left from this being Harry's bedroom. And then the room is really tall. It's only 12 by 8, but it has a 2.5 metre high ceiling. So the latest addition is my glass bauble mobile, and you can see the top of the storage there in the alcove. So I've used the Calyx units from Ikea. It really is an Ikea room. Let's move over and you can see them, or move the chair. And we've got a 4x4 there at the bottom, 4x2 rather, and then a 2x2, and then a 1x2, and that took us almost to the ceiling and up 2.5 metres. And then moving around, if I come round this way, I've got a small basket, perfect size for 12 by 12 papers, picked up from Wilko. Some of my cake decorating stuff on the floor, some fab little hooks on there just to hang doodads on. This is a bathroom basket, again from Ikea, with hooks that you just twist and stick, so there's no drilling needed for those. And then, if I just move out, I've gone for Calyx units all the way up there again, right up to the ceiling. So at the bottom, I've got 2 1x4s, then a 2x4 on its side across the top, and a 2x1 at the top. Loads of boxes in there. I'm a paper crafter, so all of this side here is paper, cardstock. I've got graphic 45 papers in the bottom 2 plastic pull-out drawers. All the 8x8s, 6x6s, ephemera cards and bits and pieces that I use. And then some pads that I haven't cut into yet. And then lots and lots of storage boxes from Wilko's and Ikea. A really good thing, something else that was a really good tip, was to buy a labeler. And I bought, it's this one, let's just pan over to the desk, the Dymo labeler. It's fabulous, and everything is labelled in here, so I can find things straight away, put things away in my attempt to keep the room completely tidy. So let's move across over here. Lots and lots of deep boxes. They're all labelled, so we've got photo boxes, we've got card blanks, we've got lots of dies, decorative strips, templates. All of my I can't think of what it's called, stamp plates are all in here, all tucked in the sides around the boxes, loads of paper artsy paints, and then masks and stencils, Jofi stamps, which I absolutely love, and Lynn Brown and Eclectica stamps, Graphic 45 stamps in the larger boxes at the top. I'm tilting back now so we can see the top. And a whole load more. Then I've got scrapbooks, one for each of the boys up there that I'm building, and layouts tucked in the side. The wire baskets were brilliant that went in the Kallax units. They just give you an extra height or shelf in that space if you're putting something in there that isn't as deep as the shelf. So I've got a row of them here with paper trimmers on and various card blanks and bits and pieces, my craft bags, and then just various things in the sides. And then if I swing, no, let's go this way. If I swing round, I wanted to have just a flat area to put my die cutting machines. I've only got hand rolling ones. So I've got the baby blue and my Big Shot, my Zuta on there. And then these are art bin storage holders. Really good. They go on the wall, so we've got all sorts of metals and wood pieces in there, and this one is full of, the bottom one is full of glitter and beads. And then in between those uprights I managed to get an Alex drawer set. It's the widest one, and these are beautiful, really lovely deep drawers. So I've got a drawer of sparkle. What girl doesn't need a drawer of sparkle? So glitters, shimmer pastes, treasure golds are all in there, and then a drawer of just inks. I'm not a huge stamper, so I don't have tons and tons of inks, but archival inks, VersaFine, all my blacks, embossing powders, and then my heat mats. The next drawer down has got all of the punches in that I use all of the time, and then the rest I've put away in a box, so they're not out, but I can get to them really easily. And then the remainder of the drawers have just got various things in that I wanted to keep, as well as, I think those are Oliver's first pair of swimming trunks, and I haven't found a place for them yet, so they're in this drawer. And the same with the bottom two drawers. The space in the corner, it's not particularly deep. Putting or measuring everything to go in the room was really difficult, and I wanted to get this Billy bookcase, which goes right up to the ceiling. It is attached to the wall, so it won't fall off, which meant I didn't have a full 12 by 12 space over in the corner. So what I've done is just utilised the shelves for the file holders, and then I've got soft pull-out boxes here. That's my class box, and I can manoeuvre them and get them out of that space. This one's got a whole load of ribbons in and mediums. The bottom one has got photo frames and things in that I want to fill up and work in. And then the Billy bookcase is brilliant. So along the bottom we've got the box of punches, sewing stuff, and then projects on the left, on the right that I want to work on. My craft made ready for the next project, and a couple of stamp storage units, and then some dies and stamps. Real quick handy box full of ribbon and a stamp box with all the basics you need in just to do some simple stamping. And then all the different coloured cards, a colouring shelf, and then lots and lots of little boxes with everything else in, all labelled up so I can find whatever I want. I do have a step ladder, I'll show you that in a minute because it is the towering inferno up there. And then at the side, I bought a CD rack from Ikea, and all of the dies, all the alterations dies and the Sizzix dies fit perfectly in there. So those are all stored in that side. And then behind the door, I've got a brush, scales, and then some button. That's a spice rack, Ikea spice rack. So we've got button jars on that. And then we've got a shelf going around the top. Excuse the door, it's the last thing to be decorated. It's got to be painted. And I just haven't done it yet. And there's all the projects that I've been working on across the top. I've got some more photo frames. I've got Mum, she's my angel, on the wall. A fabulous card made by Teresa. I love it. I bought it when we had a craft fair together and I framed it. And then another layout of the boys and I. And then we go across the top, more projects, around to the side. And then I'm really lucky, I've got an under the stairs storage unit, or cupboard. It goes over 2 stairwells. So let's open it. Let's just zoom in a minute and show you. So in the cupboard, it's a bit dark in there, I've got an extra storage unit with all of my bags and packaging on. The step ladder is hanging on the inside of the door, and that storage unit under the stairs also works as an extra worktop if I want to take photographs, so it pulls out, it's on wheels. And there's lots more under there as well. And then let's move out to the desk. Let's put the light off. And you can see the desk. So Ikea pegboards, really, really good. I love them. With lots and lots of little pull-out plastic cartons, shelving, hooks, and pen holders. So that was a really good buy. There's 2 boards there. I think a 56 by 76 and a 56 by 36 mil board. The camera is on the wall and comes out over the desk. And then I've got drawers under the desk and a really good chair to sit on. So that is it, everybody. That is my craft room. Small and bijou, but has loads and loads of room for all sorts of some of my products and then all of my crafty stuff as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and subscribe to my channel to be kept up to date with more projects as they come out.